What's up, guys? What's up? Welcome. Happy Thursday night. This is Jason with Ray of Light Tarot. Happy to be with you guys. Um, Sorry I wasn't able to come on last night. So what I'm going to do, I have some people who, I have someone I've got to do start off with tonight to do a Q&A for. Hello, Loco Lisa. Welcome. I've got to do a question for, and then I'm opening up the list for you guys. For anyone who wants to get on the list to ask a question, you can do that as well. I'm going to be on for a little while tonight, and then tomorrow night as well. And we are doing the drawing, the big drawing tomorrow evening, Friday evening. So hope you guys, if you already are on the list for the drawing from this past week, or if you're going to get on the list tonight for the drawing, be sure and either be with us tomorrow night for the drawing or catch the replay, because I'm going to leave the replay up. So, hey guys, welcome. Thank you, Baby Ghetto. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome, Rochelle. You're new. Thank you for being here. So if you want to get on the list, I've got the info in the description. Also posted it right here. It's PayPal and Cash App. These are the two ways to donate. $20 donation will get you on the list tonight to ask a question, to get guidance from Spirit through Tarot, and to be on the list for the big drawing. Electric One, the first question and answer I'm going to do, Electric One, I'm going to leave this up. You're going to be first. So if you are catching the replay, Electric One, I'm going right in with your question. Okay. And Nicholas, my brother and moderator, is here. Check that he put the info in the chat how you can donate to get on the list. It's PayPal, NHJOOST92@gmail.com, or Cash App, $Ray of Light Tarot. Those are the two ways to make the $20 donation to get on the list, to ask a question, to get guidance from Spirit through Tarot tonight. I'm going to put my glasses on already. Can't see a thing. And then to be in the big drawing tomorrow night to win some cool stuff. So that's what we're doing. And I am going to do some other stuff tonight as well, in between. And so, Chandra Sun God is here. Oh my gosh. Chandra, I miss you so much. I really want to talk to you. Chandra, it's so good to see you. Thank you so much for being here, Chandra. You guys, who wants me and Chandra to do a broadcast sometime soon about the Magic Playground? We haven't in so long, right? Would love to do that with her. So that would be a great thing. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for being here. If you would be so kind to give the video a like. If you're in the chat, just X out of the chat for a moment and then click the thumbs up button on the video. It helps it circulate for people who aren't subscribed or don't know we're live, etc. Don't get notifications, so it'll pop up on their feed. I really appreciate that. That helps a lot, and that's a good way to exchange energy, positive energy. So yeah, I know. For real, Chandra Sun Gat. We need to, and you need to message me. I need to talk to you. I haven't talked to you in a while. I told Jai, I did a broadcast with Jai the other night. I was like, guess who messaged me? Your sister. I need to talk to her. I feel like we're so not caught up with each other, and I don't like that. I don't like that, Chandra Sangat. So thank you, Nick, for being here and for helping me with the apps. So yeah, anyway, guys, anybody who wants to get on the list, I have one person that I have to start off and do her question, and I'm going to start that now because I don't know if she's here or not. Electric One, I'm doing this one for you that you donated before and didn't get your question answered, so I'm going to go ahead and start with that. And then anyone else who wants to get on the list is wide open. So just make your love donation to either the Cash App, $Ray of Light Tarot, or the PayPal that's listed, NHJOOST92@gmail.com. Those are the two ways to donate. $20 donation will get you guidance from Spirit through Tarot and a Oracle card at the end, and your name in the big drawing for tomorrow night, Friday evening. So that's what's up. Let's get it started. I'm going to say a quick intention, and then I'm going to start with Electric One's question and get the list opened up. I will update the list. My moderator will help me update the list. So if you make a donation, just let us know in the chat that you've donated, and we'll get you added to the list when we check the payment apps. So yeah, let's see what comes through. Yeah, and Jackie, if you're someone who you're not able to actually ask a question, to donate to actually be on the list and ask a question, I say if you have something you need guidance with, stay here. I'm going to do a few different things to change it up to tonight. And also, a lot of times what I realize is I get guidance from your questions. Like if you ask a question and I pull cards, sometimes I get guidance through the answers to your questions. So undoubtedly you guys too, if you stick around, you'll probably get, and set an intention to get clear and direct message and guidance on your question, whatever it may be, you will get it through someone else's answer too. Hey, Leota, welcome. You will get it. And you're most welcome, Leota. Thank you for trusting me to do readings for you. I really appreciate it. Do some Cash App questions after I work tomorrow, LOL. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. And so I really, I think that that's sometimes the way the answer can come through. So let's see. Let me go ahead and say my little intention here and get started. Thank you, universe. Thank you, source. Thank you, spirit. Thank you, angels, archangels, spirit guides, and ancestors. Thank you, archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. Thank you for connecting me to the energies that I need to connect to this evening. Thank you for the clear and direct messages and guidance for all those who are here seeking guidance, for those who are able to ask questions, and for those who are here seeking guidance and insight into their situations, that they may all get the guidance they need. Thank you so much, ancestors and spirit guides, for protecting my light and those my loved ones' light. We had a loss in our family recently last night, and so if you guys would all hold space for my brother, for myself, and our family, that we will all, get through the grieving process as, strongly as possible. It's private. I'm not going to get into it, but yeah, it was a big loss for a big part of my family, and so it's been tough. And we're all hanging in there. So thank you guys for holding space for us. And I'm going to get on here and really get it going, and let's see if we can get you guys some good guidance tonight. Okay? Thank you, Chandra, Sun God. So this is for Electric One. Electric One, this is your question about the person in your life that you've been dealing with for quite some time, off and on, that you're wondering, you're wondering about the nature of your relationship. Is it a twin journey? Is it a karmic lesson? What's the nature of this connection, and what's happening here? Because sometimes it's hard to tell. Sometimes it can feel very energetic and strong, but you have to really, go by your intuition and the signs that you see that will lead you to know exactly what type of relationship it is. And sometimes you need to get guidance from an outside source. So that's what I'm here to do, and see what comes through in the cards and what I feel through spirit. So let's see. This is for Electric One here on YouTube. What is the nature of this connection for her? And thank you so much, Rochelle. Really appreciate it. Yes, I think that she is having an amazing transition. I really feel that, Chandra. And I think this person was an amazing lady. And we all loved her very much. And I know that she is definitely someone who, there's no question that her spirit was ready to move on to something amazing. Okay, what is the nature of this relationship, this connection for Electric One? Spirit, thank you. Show us the nature of this connection. Okay, Electric One, strong energy. The cards are really being pulled out. It feels like a hand is reaching in, an invisible hand is reaching in and pulling these cards out. Wow, okay. You got the Lovers, the Ace of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, the Five of Cups, and then the Page of Wands. And then bottom of my deck here is the Queen of Swords and the Four of Wands. So listen, like I said, I'm not really comfortable with telling somebody you're on a twin soul journey. Yeah, it looks like you probably are. But to tell you that is really not my place. You have to decide that for yourself. And I'm sure there are times when just because it feels that way and it looks that way, it doesn't mean that it is that. There's always a possibility that it's something similar. You do have the Four of Wands, which for me is definitely sort of a twin soul card as a reader, because it's got that sort of 11-11 portal and the two people sort of coming into a union in the midst of that. That's not the meaning of this card by all means. That's what it means for me as a reader. It is a twin soul card for me. Now, you've also got the Lover's card, the card of Gemini, which also, Gemini is the twins, okay? And I think it's, not lost on me that your question was whether this is a twin soul journey or not, and you've got the twins coming out. So these two cards definitely signal to me that this could very well be that, especially with some of the turmoil that you've got here, this feeling of loss, disappointment, and this anxiousness, this anxiety. A twin soul journey is not marked by happiness and like a feeling of, utter joy. There are those moments, and it does have the potential to result in that, but usually a twin soul, the list is wide open, guys. Now's the time to send your payment. I'm actually just doing one for somebody from the other night who donated, but I didn't get to do yet, and so we're just starting. So if you want to get on the list, just go ahead and send your payment. $20 love donation to either Cash App or the PayPal that Nicholas listed. Would you keep listing that, Nicholas, every few minutes so they see it? And I'll go check it soon, guys. So, okay, Electric One. That is the hallmark of a twin soul journey. I posted something on my Twitter about it because it's a very interesting, the 6 stages are very interesting. It's not an easy journey. but there's a knowing, and it's not always romance either, guys. Some people think it's only romance because, and the reason is because so many people focus on the romantic side of it. Sometimes it's an intense friendship. Sometimes a twin soul journey is a friendship that's extremely intense, that has some of the aspects of romance to it, but it's not always, a romantic side. That usually is there on some level, right? But you don't always lead with that. Sometimes that's sort of a mark too. The biggest thing is the inner knowing, that feeling that you know the person, and then it's an unconditional love, and there's triggers and healing and a lot of messiness, and usually some running and denying and fear gets involved. But it's not an easy journey, but it's a beautiful journey. The love is epic, and it's really special. You've got the Ace of Pentacles here, Electric One, which tells me that the universe is offering you a new beginning here, and it's an abundant new beginning. It's something beautiful, special, and it's going to really, really open up for both of you an opportunity to bring that abundance into your life in a way that maybe you haven't yet. And you've got the Queen of Swords here beside the Four of Wands. So to me, this is telling me that part of the path to getting to this union for you is to really be discerning in the things that are serving you and the things that aren't. What to welcome into your life and what to cut out, like slice and dice. Queen of Swords, you know this one, Chandra Sangat, if you're still here. That's my buddy, my Queen of Swords, Chandra Sangat. She knows when to cut something out. And yeah, that's what this is about, is the inner knowing and trusting that intuition and that inner knowing of when to be welcoming something in and when to be slicing and dicing. Very important for you on this journey, okay? And I think that there's also a call for you to really work on your vibration here. Don't let yourself get stuck into, yes, trust what you know. Because you are going to have, if you are on a twin journey, you're going to have moments of extreme doubt. And usually those doubts come from fear, and you don't want to get into that vibration where you're sending that fear and doubt back and forth between you, because that gets really janky. That's my favorite word, janky. But it does. So this is a feeling of sadness and loss, disappointment, and this is about more like anxiety, frustration, things that you want to communicate, but maybe you aren't sure how. Getting into this is not going to help either. And so the big thing about the Five of Cups is to recognize where these two cups behind you are still standing. That's your connection, your soulmate, potentially twin connection, whatever it is. That's the connection between you two, those two cups that are standing. And the problem here is this person's focus is on the loss and the sadness too much, and not enough on what still remains. And you can't welcome back what remains for a new cycle if you're focused on the sadness, the loss, and the disappointment. So just be aware of that, Electric One. And yeah, so this is, I would definitely say, based on your question, looks really good. Looks really good as far as this being a connection that was meant to come into your life and meant to have more cycles in the future. Doesn't mean that it's doesn't mean that it is a twin soul connection. It's a soul connection of some kind that was meant to come into your life, though. And I don't think it was just for a lesson, like a karmic lesson. I think it's much more than that. And I think it's very special, and it's going to have many more cycles to it. That's what I feel from this. So that much I can tell you undoubtedly. It's going to be up to you, though, how far you want to take this and where you want it to go, because ultimately you're the master of your destiny, right? You're autonomous over your life, and you don't have to welcome this in. You don't have to do anything except just you should, if it's what you agreed to do before coming here. You really want to, because the universe is going to try to make you flow that way anyway. And if that's where your heart's desire is, it's easiest to just flow the way the universe tells you, instead of trying to block and push those things away, because eventually then the towers come down on you, and it's just messy when you try to shut down, especially if you're awakened to it and you're aware of it. Don't run from it. That's not going to serve you well. That much I know for sure. I learned that the hard way. So I don't do that. All right, guys, I'll be right back. I'm going to check the apps, get the list updated. Just take me about 30 seconds to a minute, and then we will get going here for anyone else who wanted to ask questions. For those of you who are here, please take a moment to leave the chat, X out of the chat, and give the video a thumbs up so that it can circulate. I really appreciate that. So thank you, guys. Kisses to you too, Miss Chandra Sangat. Okay. Oh, thank you, Nick. Okay, yeah, I've got Laura. Thank you, Nick. I was just adding in Cielo. Okay, just do for the last names, just do an initial. So I've got, here's the list, guys. Can everybody hear me now, or I want to make sure we're not on a delay. So for tonight, right now, we've got Amarone, Lindsey G, Laura T, and Sila. Can you guys hear me okay? Everybody? Thanks, Miss Chandra. I need to put you on as a moderator, Chandra, if you don't mind, because you should be able to moderate on my channel, of course. Okay, so Amarone, you are first. Thank you, LC. Okay, we'll get you added to the list as well. Nick will let me know. Yes, hell yes. So Amarone, throw your question up for me and let's get this thing started. This is the order: Amarone, Lindsey, Laura, and Cielo. Anyone else who's just donated, we'll get you added to the list in just a minute. For the 4 of you that I've read off, that's the order we're going in. If you could, go ahead and have your question typed out and then like cut it so that you can paste it and send it as soon as it gets to you. That way we can keep it flowing really well in between. Because I'm only going to stay on tonight for about an hour because I'm working on another thing. For those of you, I did a discount for Will We Reunite Soon, me and Daniel. Okay, Amarone. I did a discounted readings, private readings this past weekend for Memorial Day. I have like 3 recordeds left. So if you are waiting on a recorded, it'll be done by tomorrow, this time tomorrow. So in the next 24 hours, just a couple left to do. And if you're not scheduled for a live, if you're someone waiting on a recorded, you'll have it tomorrow. I have to spread them out so that my energy is fresh and the intuition's on point when I do them. But yeah, we're pretty caught up other than that. So if you want to book a personal reading, you know where to go and what to do. You can't go through the site right now. You just have to make payment for it through one of the apps listed. 30 minutes, 75, 1 hour is 150. And then I will contact you upon receipt of payment and get you scheduled for either a live or get you set for a recorded because you're smart, Jason. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. All right, so Amarone wants to know, Amarone's question is, will she and Daniel reunite soon? So let's hold space, guys, for Amarone. Awesome, Priscilla. I would love to do that for you. If you want to do that, we can schedule a live. I have a couple live scheduled tomorrow. So just go ahead and send payment to either the PayPal listed or the Cash App. 75 for 30 minutes, 150 for an hour, and I will contact you after this to get you set up. Right, I'm doing it through, well, you can list your email. Make sure when you make payment for a personal reading that in the notes section of the payment, you list your contact info, either your email or your phone number so that we can get you set, okay? Because I have to have a way to contact you, and I will get in touch right away. Like within a day, within less than a day, we'll get it set up. It doesn't take long. I mean, if you send payment at like 1 in the morning, it's going to be the next day before I get back to you. But during the day, usually it'll be that afternoon or whatever. Yeah. So let's see. Good night. Have to ask another. Bye, Leota. Welcome. Thank you for coming in and saying hello. Okay. So yes, Anna. Thank you for coming in, Anna. I will definitely get you on, and we'll get you guidance. In fact, Lindsey, even though you're next on the list, I'm going to let Anna go next because she actually is someone who had made payment the other night but didn't get a chance to get her question answered. So after I do Amarone's, Anna, you'll be next. Spirit, show me what the future holds for Amarone and Daniel. Will they be reuniting soon? What's going on? What are the current energies? Thank you, Lindsey. I appreciate your understanding. And Laura, Stila, what's the current energies for Amarone and Daniel? What are the current energies for them? What's going on with this situation? Wow, Knight of Cups. So that's a good sign. I like it. Okay. So, interesting, Amarone. What we've got here is some interesting information. So you have the Knight of Cups here. The list right now, guys, we have 5 people on the list. 1 is being answered right now, and then 4 behind her. And there might be a few others that have just paid, so not too long. If you donate now, you're probably looking at about 20-minute wait max. The Knight of Cups is here, Amarone, and what that tells me is that there is energetically a potential reuniting in the works and in the energies. There is an energy for someone moving in, making an offer or a declaration or some kind of communication of love or wanting to make this thing work. That's the good news. You've also got the 3 of Wands and the 6 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Not only is this ascending 3 to 6, okay, that's energy doubling. The 3 is having sent out your basically this is having sent out a manifestation. You're waiting on it to return. That's in the most energetic sense. And also the 6 of Wands is victory. This is victory coming in through after battle. So I like these cards for you at the bottom of the deck, but be careful. You've got some warnings here. Behind that is the Queen of Cups, and I don't love the Queen of Cups energy in the Rider deck because she's kind of obsessive. And then also you've got the 9 of Swords and the 5 of Cups came out again. Someone just got this. Electric One got this. These are coming out as warnings for me. that you want to get out of any of these energies. If you're feeling these things, and I get it, like these are things that you're going to feel. I mean, I have to sometimes, when I go through difficult times on like a twin soul journey, you know, it's those cycles are not easy. Those stages of separation and, you know, fear and things like that, they're hard. They're hardcore, right? And so you have to sometimes focus, like bury yourself in whatever work, positive thinking, whatever works for you, and get out of any mindset of pain or sadness or loss, disappointment, because you're going to feel those things and you have to feel them, but you don't have to feel them around the clock, right? You have to acknowledge the feelings and release them. But you don't want to get stuck in any of these feelings, because then you start to vibrate that out regularly, and that's literally like asking the universe to give you more pain. If you stay stuck in this vibration of sadness and disappointment, you're basically saying to the universe, could I have more of that? Christina is working this evening, but let's all send her some good vibes and say hello. I just talked to her a little earlier. She's working her behind off, so we all need to hold space for her to have a good night at work and hold some good energy for her. It is very difficult, Amarone, you know, and it's worth it, no doubt, because it's beautiful. I mean, when I was reading about the 6 stages of the journey, I have no doubt I'm on that journey. I mean, no doubt. But it's also, that doesn't make it easy. That doesn't make it any more enjoyable. It has its good points and it has its really tough points. But it's something you agreed to do, I believe, before you got here, and so it's worth it. You've also got this guidance. You've got the Page of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. What this is telling me specifically for you is, you're already there. You've got the Nine of Pentacles. You're doing the work, right? And that 10th pentacle that you're waiting on, it's young. It's just starting out. This 10th pentacle hasn't matured yet, okay, to the point that it's ready to arrive. But it will. Thank you, Nick. It will. Right now, it's in the growth phase, okay? And so the best thing you can do while you're waiting for that 10th pentacle to mature and come in, which it's going to look like this when it comes in, that Knight of Cups energy, is mind your vibration. As much as you can, shift your focus when you feel this. Anxiety. Yeah, as much as you can. I mean, really take that to heart, because I'm telling you, Amarone, I've lived it, and I'm sure you've experienced it too. If you're woke and plugged in, you know that really impacts what comes in for you. Not just in your love life, but in every aspect of your life. The law of attraction is so important, and you're attracting what you put out. So make sure that you're really trying to send out really good positive energy, and that's going to bring that 10th pentacle in for you, which is looking like this, in a really nice way. So I would say where it is, you're going to see growth really quickly, because that 3 ascending to a 6 is doubling. So the energy is doubling. So that means it's going to be a little slow and then go really fast. And I think we're all at a place where this summer things are going to move really fast in our lives if you're on a spiritual journey of any kind. And it's really about right now just sort of minding your vibration, getting yourself in preparation, act as if it's already here. So live your life as if it's already here and you're prepared for whatever's coming. And that's the best thing I can tell you. I can't give you a time frame. I'm not good with times, guys, as far as like, oh, it's coming this day or that day or this many weeks. Sometimes I'll see things that represent a time, like sometimes something might look like a certain season. I don't understand tarot readers who see times in tarot. To me, tarot is energy. It's energies, not time frames. But that's me. So usually I don't see a time, and I don't like to give times, because I feel like if you have a time, you can block it. If somebody tells you like, okay, in 3 weeks, this is going to happen, I feel like you can block it from happening, because you start to focus on, oh, in 3 weeks. So it's best not to do that. But I would say you're right on the path and it looks really good. So I would say it's definitely on its way. And that's the good news for you, Amarone, and I like that. So good luck with that. I'm going to pull a Romance Angel Oracle for you. And then Anna, if you could go ahead and have your question ready. Because I'm going to have to do you next, since you didn't get to go the other night. What's the message for Amarone from the Romance Angels Oracle? You're welcome. Thank you. What's the message for Amarone from the Romance Angels Oracle? Oh, there it is. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. Pretty nice. Pretty nice energy right there. This is the romance of a lifetime, true love. And you have very soon at the bottom of the deck. So 2 really good affirming cards, Amarone. Okay, and I know I'm on this journey, and you had said previously it's not over. I'm going to be, is he thinking about me as much as I am about him? Well, Anna, you can now, I respect your question, but that you know, if you know you're on this journey, then you know the answer to your question. If you're sure that you're on this specific journey, the answer to your question is a resounding yes. I mean, if you're on this journey, then that's the answer is yes, this person is definitely thinking about you as much as you're thinking about them, because it's just the way it works. However, I will see what comes through as far as guidance for you regarding that. Luba, will you email me? Did you? Okay. Please email me tonight at rayoflighttarot@yahoo.com. I don't know if you send it to Nicholas, because he just forwarded me a couple of emails that he got. So that may be one of yours. So please email me tonight at rayoflighttarot@yahoo.com, because for not Gmail, Yahoo. Make sure you send it to Yahoo, and I'll check it right after this. What name is it under? And I'll get in touch with you. Because I pretty much there was one that I got today from somebody that had that issue, and I got in touch with them this evening. What? Yeah. What's the name it's under? And make sure you send the email tonight again, so because I'll look for it right after I get off here, so I can get in touch with you, and we'll get you set up. If you want to do a live, I can do that probably the next day, and at the latest Saturday for a live or recorded. Like, it'll take about a day or two also, because I'm pretty caught up. I have like 3 people other than you that are waiting. For Anna, she wants to know what's her twin feeling at this time. What are his feelings? What is the energy there? Is she in his thoughts to the extent that he's in hers? Show us what's going on. Okay, you're welcome. Sorry for the mix up. We'll get you taken care of. What is he feeling? What are his thoughts about that? The Hermit. I think there's about 8 people right now, and at about 10, I'm probably going to shut the list down. The Emperor, 10 of Wands, and Ace of Cups. Okay. So your actual question, Anna, was about the thinking and the mind, because I know on this journey a lot of times you can think about something, or you feel the energy so much that your thoughts become sometimes consumed. That's sort of what the Hermit is telling me, that this person is also very much going within a lot. They're in their head, and they're also doing a lot of self-examination. Because that's what the Hermit is. It's sort of a period of solitude and going within and trying to figure things out. So the fact that this card came out first, as well as the 10 of Wands, tells me not only is this person thinking about you a lot, but it's a heavy burden. I don't know if you're in total separation and no communication right now, but it's not easy. Guys, this is the thing to understand. In a twin journey, on a genuine, authentic twin journey, the runner and the chaser, like, you don't want to chase. If you're the person chasing, stop chasing. But that is part of it until you understand what's going on, that someone's usually chasing until they understand why they shouldn't be doing that. But they're chasing for the right reasons, because they know this is something very special and they want it to make sense. But the person running is usually in as much pain or more pain than the person chasing, because the runner they're not living in their truth, right? If they're running on a twin journey, if they are on an authentic twin journey, but they're running from it, they're running because they're not living in their truth, right? They're in the fear and the confusion and the denial of what this is. And so it's very burdensome, and it's a time of real darkness for the person running, if it's an authentic journey, which, that's the thing. You've got the Ace of Cups here and the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck, and Justice behind that. So if you can see what that's saying to you is, number one, there is this gift the universe is offering for this thing to sort of reset, right? This is an ending and this is a beginning. The 10 is the end, it's done. So this person's burden and heaviness and all of that is coming to an end, right? And then there's a new beginning coming in for you guys. You have to be ready for it and ready to embrace it, right? And the way for you to embrace it, you already know, because you're coming out as the High Priestess, Anna. 5 months, wow. Yeah, I went through a 13-month one time. We went through 13-month no communication before getting back on track for a while. This High Priestess energy is saying, intuitively so much more maybe than you recognize, and to stay in that. Trust your intuition. trust your instincts and your intuition. Your intuition tells you probably this person is thinking about you as much or as you are thinking about them, is missing you in similar ways to the way you're missing them. The behavior is not always the same for the divine masculine and feminine, but the feelings, the actual feelings, are the same. There's not a separation in the actual love. The energy flows. It flows, that infinity symbol. It's an ever-flowing energy between the two of you. That's how you recognize each other in the first place, was that energy was where you said, "Ooh, I know you from before. I know you, I recognize you from before." That's the energy between you. That's the love. So it doesn't go away. It doesn't change. Now fear creeps in. Fear creeps in and confuses things. Other people can influence things with their opinions, but it doesn't change what's there, right? It doesn't change what already exists, okay? So how can you decipher between intuition and ego? I don't know. I've never made a connection between intuition and ego, because ego would be the thing that tells you, that's more about yourself and your importance. Intuition is just that inner knowing that's very calm and quiet, and it doesn't. I guess it depends on what your level of ego is, because usually in a twin soul journey, your ego dies really quickly. The ego, the thing that would tell you to not be honest about your feelings and to pretend something that's not really there is there. When you're stripped, part of the twin journey is you kind of get stripped of your ego. Now, other people may think you have an ego, but that's just because they don't know you. They don't know the reality. You get stripped of your ego pretty early on in the awakening on the twin journey, because there's no room for it, right? That ego death is such a big part of it. So it's really, I think from that point, it's really not an issue, the ego and the intuition getting mixed up. In any other way, I don't know. All right, Anna, let's pull a romance angel advice card. Yeah, a lot of triggers. So right now I'm doing a romance angel advice card for Anna. If you would like to ask a question, just send your payment to one of the apps that Nicholas listed in the chat, and I will get you added to the list to ask a question. Otherwise, let's try to hold space for Anna right now and get her some good guidance, please. What's the romance angel advice for Anna? Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. And I feel not only this card is really interesting, Anna, it says your feelings are real and worth exploring. That's also a confirmation of the answer to your question, because your question was what you're feeling. Is he feeling it too? Is your divine masculine feeling these things too, to the extent that you are thinking about you feeling these things? And I think the fact that it says your feelings are real and worth exploring is a confirmation that you're not the only one feeling these things, right? So that's a really nice confirmation for you. So take that as confirmation. Thank you, Anna. And Lindsey, what is your question? Lindsey. Guys, I'm going to update the list in just a moment. So if you've made a donation and you're waiting to make sure you're on the list, I will check in just a moment. Let me get Lindsey going here, and then we will check that. And I know, Nick, you've put some other names up I need to get added. How will his time back home these next 2 weeks influence his processing of his feelings for me? Interesting, Lindsey. Okay, let's see. Interesting question. So Lindsey wants to know how her partner, divine partner's time, how did you word that? Time back home in the next 2 weeks will influence the way he processes his feelings for her. How will it influence the way he processes his feelings, the processing of his feelings for her? Six of Cups was creeping, but it did not come out. Okay. So you've got the Five of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, and the Six of Wands. Pretty interesting combination of cards. I think that's really telling. So this tells me that there's sort of either a juxtaposition of these feelings or a transition from one to the other. It's either a juxtaposition or a transition. I'm not sure which. It feels like it's more of a transition of feeling left out in the cold to feeling more of a feeling of wanting some sort of a equal give and take and a mirroring, and to participate more active in the connection, because with that victory card coming out, that Six of Wands, that's like coming out of that and into this. It's sort of a representation of the transition, that victory. So I think that this is, the processing is going from a place of feeling a little bit isolated or disconnected to feeling connected, or the desire to feel connected, the desire to feel like you two are going to be reuniting, or giving this a chance to really give equally, give and take equally in this love. Okay, that seems to be, and I think the awareness has already been there. I don't think it's a processing of the awareness. I think it's real processing of like the feeling of, do I want to do this or not? Do I want to participate in this in the way that I should? Like, that's what it feels like to me. Yeah, the scale intuition, you can still go ahead and make a payment. What I'm going to do is see where it's at when I go and check the apps in just a moment, and then I'll decide if we're done, if I'm closing the list off or not. Probably going to close it after this, after I check it this next time. Yeah, so just use one of the apps that Nicholas listed in the chat to make the payment. We're not using the old ones. So yeah, that's the thing that I see here that's really interesting is the transition, or the processing is transitioning from a feeling of being disconnected, and now feeling like, oh, I want to go ahead and really put something in here. So I think it's always good to be direct, Lindsey, because that's not the same as chasing, right? The chasing is not, being direct and being open with how you feel is not chasing someone. It's just sharing what you feel, and then hands off, right? Hands off, let the universe and that person decide what to do. But always, I think it's always good to just be very clear and honest with what you feel and want, even if it's a little complicated or a little confusing. Put it out there. But this person is definitely transitioning from that. And remember, the number 5 is a feeling of, that number represents change, okay? That's change, a lot of change. So yeah, guys, right now I'm doing a question for Lindsey. So let's try to hold the focus, the questions, and hold the space for Lindsey to get good guidance here. And then maybe you'll get some guidance from just what comes through. Yeah, and change is the good thing, what you want in this thing right now, right, Lindsey? That's what you want. So really nice. And let me see what the romance angel advice is for you. What comes through? That's okay, Michael. This for everybody. Yes, Priscilla. We love when Christina can be here. Express your love. Go ahead and make a romantic gesture. So, sounds like you already have expressed your love. You said you've been very direct. If there's anything that you have been wanting to say or express, this is saying to go ahead and do it. My policy, though, is also, for me, if you feel like you shouldn't do something, you probably, if you're wondering should you or shouldn't you, then you probably shouldn't. Just trust in the universe, leave it alone. That's a lot of times the best policy. But directness, honesty too. Having done that, then leave it alone. Okay, thank you, Lindsey. Laura, you are next, and I need to go check the app. So Laura, go ahead and put your question. Oh, you're welcome, Lindsey. Laura. Okay, so guys, here's the list as I see it now. We're on Laura, and then we've got Cielo, Brigitte, Christina, Layla, Rose, and Melissa. That's who's on there now. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can take about 4 more, so I'm going to leave the list open for about 10 more minutes. If anyone else wants to get on, now is your chance. But after the next time I check it, we're going to close it down after that. So anyone else who wants to get on, now is the time. We're closing it after the next time I check it. But right now we've got Laura, and I'm going to do your question now, and then Cielo, Brigitte, Christina, Layla, Rose, and Melissa. Those are the ones who are on the list, and we're going to get through right now. Going to Tennessee next week, and I want to know if I will be reuniting with Kevin. He also wants to meet while I am there. Okay, let's see, Laura, what's coming with that. What's the outlook for this trip to Tennessee and seeing Kevin for Laura? Will Laura be seeing Kevin in this trip to Tennessee? Will Laura be seeing Kevin on this trip to Tennessee? I'm not sure why the King of Swords is here and the Star. So if this is sort of a wish come true for one of you, I don't know how long you guys have been that you haven't seen each other, but it seems like this is big. We've got some major arcanas coming out. The Star, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Hermit. So the King of Swords is coming out. So someone's trying to be really logical and keep themselves from being too overly emotional about this. You're showing as the High Priestess. I don't know if Kevin in the past has been a little bit of a player. For some reason, I'm sensing like that Knight of Wands energy in his past, but not now. He's trying really hard to be very mature, or he's coming into a very mature energy with the Hermit here. But the Star and the Wheel of Fortune is really interesting. I think what's going on here is this is a lot more than just a potential reunion. I feel like there's an energy here of like you guys sort of coming into just a whole new chapter in life, both of you, as the result of your connection here. I love the Hermit here for him. He's shining, this is what's interesting. See how the Hermit is shining the light right onto the King of Swords? What that's telling me, because here's the thing about the King of Swords. The King of Swords is very mature. He can be a little harsh with his communication sometimes because he's a lot in his head space and not so much in his heart space, but it's because he's trying to be strong and he's trying to be logical, where in the past maybe he's been overly emotional or run from things that were too emotional because they scared him. And so now instead of running, he's trying, because it's still scary to him, that heart stuff, it's still scary. But instead he's trying to approach it from a standpoint of being strong and being approaching it with logic, so that he feels like that way he can handle it and he won't run from it, at least. So this is actually feels like progress to me, Laura. I know that sounds kind of strange, but it actually feels like progress for him to be in this energy. I am hoping he is exactly like that. Well, this is good, because the reason, like normally, sometimes I would say this person needs to get out of their head space and down into their heart space, but I feel like this is his best way of protecting his heart space and not running from you, because he doesn't want to run from you anymore. That's a sweet kind of love, that he doesn't want to run from you, but he's also been hurt a lot and he doesn't want to expose himself too much. So he's trying to kind of find the safe way to keep from running, but also to feel safe. So this is going to be interesting to see how this unfolds. You definitely have a reunion here, and it's going to feel like a dream or a wish come true. And the Wheel of Fortune is turning, so there's a lot happening here, I think. But you've got to really be trusting your intuition. With the High Priestess, trust your intuition and sort of tread lightly, because remember, the fact that he's in this King of Swords energy, he's not going to just lay it all out there for you. Like, you're not going to just, it's not just going to be laid out on a platter for you to know what he's feeling. And I understand this energy, okay? If any of you have air signs in your lives, you understand this. It's that sometimes that's the safe route, and it's staying up in the head to protect the heart. It's very strange, and it's hard to really explain for people who don't understand it. But this is definitely, this is progress, and this is good because it shows to me that he really loves you. Thank you. Chandra Sangat, guarded detachment. And Chandra is very psychic. And Chandra, you explained this to me about my twin soul journey a long time ago, when I was in total separation and no communication. You explained this to me, and you were right on the money, a lot of things that you said. But yes, right. And it gets shown to you in different ways, okay? And you have to really learn to use your intuition and your inner knowing. And so if you're not like a psychic or somebody who's really gifted in that, it can be difficult, right? Even if you are, it can be difficult. But Wheel of Fortune here turning, and the Star, that's the card of Aquarius too. Libra, yeah. And I have Gemini ascendant. My twin soul has Gemini and Libra in their chart, which is heavy air, double air, so I get it. But yeah, this is definitely progress. I don't know if I would call it a full reunion, but you guys are going to be seeing each other, and it's going to feel good. And you're on the road to some real progress with the Wheel of Fortune and the Star card. Beautiful. What's the message here for Laura? Religious factors and flirts. So see, there's a real need. Yes, electric. Yes, go back to the beginning. I did yours first, and I'm sorry it took a little while to get yours taken care of. I know you've been waiting for a couple days. Laura, flirt. So there's a real need to keep the energy light, okay? It says extend your lighthearted energy. It's definitely a need to keep the energy light, and don't put any pressure on this. Trust me, pressure is not a good idea in these situations. Pressure equals bad idea, okay? Bad idea. Your love life is also being influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. This is for like a twin soul journey a lot of times because the spiritual path and your love life are so intertwined, right? Your love life is literally tied to your spiritual path and the result of your spiritual awakening, and it's all intertwined. So that's just kind of a confirmation of that for you. So take that how it resonates, okay? Gemini, no, I'm a Virgo. I'm Gemini ascendant, though. I was saying my twin soul is Gemini sun, so I'm Gemini ascendant. All right, Laura, that's yours. And so thank you, Laura. And then Cielo is next. What's your question, Cielo? Or Silas? Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. I'm not doing signs tonight, Yessie. I'm doing specific questions for people who donated to be on the list. I have no contact with what I thought was my twin flame life partner. Does Ryan love me and his daughter? Does Ryan love me and his daughter? Does he love you and does he love his daughter? And will we reconcile soon? Has he had an awakening or does... Okay, wait, which question am I at? Hold on, we got to try to keep it to one question because everybody's going to get mad. Okay, does Ryan love me and his daughter? Will we reconcile soon? Has he had an awakening? Let me see what comes through. Where are Ryan's feelings at and where is he at energetically? And where is this connection going? Show me what she needs to know. So the same way you make donations with Cash App or the PayPal listed, Tanya, if you want to book a personal, either live or recorded, you would make the payment based on whether you want a 30-minute or 1 hour. 30 minutes are $75 and 1 hour is $150. And you just make a payment, and in the notes, put your contact info, your phone number and email, and I'll get in touch with you as soon as, like if you make payment now, I won't be getting in touch with you till after I get done with this, but I'll get in touch with you to either book a live or to get your questions for a recording. So that's how we do it. Yep. And I am about 2 to 3 days out right now. Anyone that has to go, if you need to send your question, I'll go get to it, and I'm going to leave the replay up. So if you want to come back and watch the replay and get your question answered, I still have to go in the order that you donated. I can't skip people because everyone's waiting, and that's how it goes. But if you donated and you have to go, I can refund you, whatever you want. All right, what's coming for Cielo? What's going on with Ryan and his feelings for his daughter and Cielo? Is there reconciliation here? Jason, Sunshine Love. So it looks like Ryan energetically had to rush away from this for some reason, Cielo, and I'm not sure why. Now he's wanting to make movement back in this direction. And that's good. I know that's what you want. And he definitely sees the value. Like, he values you, your daughter, this as a family. He definitely values you, but there's, resistance. Thank you, Chandra. Listen, guys, Chandra can always do intuitive hits with me. We've done them before together. She's Jai's sisters. For those of you who come in when I do readings with Jai, she's Jai's sister and equally as connected. They're both, bam, right on it. Okay, yeah, guys, anyone who needs to get a hold of me, if you message me at rayoflighttarot@yahoo.com right now, I'll get to you tonight when I get off the reading. Absolutely. Just send the message right now, whatever it is, and I'll see it come in at the top of the inbox, and I'll get back to you. What's your name so I know to look for it? Because obviously we can't do anything right here. Somebody else had a, thank you, Chandra, yeah. That's the email to message, not Gmail, Yahoo. A lot of people have the old Gmail. We're not using that. I had to switch it up. It's the Yahoo is where you want to message me. So here's the thing, Cielo. I definitely think Ryan values the connection. He knows how valuable it is, but he was running right away. And see, he was in his head, that, like Chandra was saying, that resistance to it. There's that resistance. And he's really strong. He's coming out as the Emperor. That's Aries energy. And that's the Ram, right? This is someone who's like, bam, I gotta go. Like, they're very, and then when the good news is though, when this person, he's got a lot of burden connected to you and this family situation, He feels like he's got a heaviness when he thinks of this. So a lot of times when people feel this, they run away, right? And okay, so you're one of the ones that Nick probably forwarded that to me just a little while ago. I'll get in touch with you. This is, and guys, even if you have a question like that, please hold it for in between when I'm not answering for somebody, because it's really hard and it disrupts my intuition. So when I'm actually answering through cards, just give it till you see me like say, okay, and the next question is, because there's always going to be like a minute time in between. That's the time to throw your questions up, please. And it just really helps me. So what I was saying, Cielo, is with the Ten of Wands, I feel like he's got a lot of like burden attached to this connection, and it's making him feel scared. It's not that he's scared of you or scared of his daughter. Obviously, he loves you guys. Ten of Pentacles tells me he sees the value if he were to come back, and he wants to come back. You've got the Ace of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. He sees the value here. He wants to be a part of it, but there's something that's stopping him on a real deep-rooted level. The fact that he came out right off the bat, this was the first card that came out, the Knight of Swords, and it's like hauling butt out of this thing. That gives me pause, and then it makes me wonder, what is it? Why is this person afraid of this? What is it? Is it a fear that they're going to, like if he was involved in your lives, that he would be more of a burden than like more of a burden than an asset, like that it would cause more damage if he was involved in a part of your lives? It feels like it's something really deep-seated like that, like a fear of being a part of your lives would be even more painful. Sometimes we have people like that they think their way of loving us is to stay away from us, that's a protection factor. I don't know for sure that that's what it is, but I feel like it's something in that general vicinity. It feels like that, especially with the Ten of Wands here. Like the thought process is thinking of you causes burden, and it's buried beneath it is the desire to actually return with the Ace of Pentacles here. The universe is trying to offer this. The universe supports the connection. It's got the Temperance card, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Six of Wands. These two especially, that's a gift of the universe, and that's a major arcana. That's saying the universe is trying to balance this connection out for you two to have a chance. And you also have the Chariot card. That's right. Whether physically present or not, energetically, I mean, that's her father. This person knows he knows this is his daughter, and he sees her. He sees her. So, I'm sure it hurts terribly. You don't have to tell us that. I'm sure we would imagine it does hurt terribly. Yeah. Unfortunate too. Very unfortunate. When parents are not involved in their children's life, it scars us. It really scars us. I have some pretty heavy abandonment issues myself, so I get it. Can't imagine having a child and not being involved in their life myself. So anyway, let me see what's coming through. So what I see is that there's a desire here to come back, and there's an opportunity being offered by the universe. Awakened. You asked about awakening. I don't feel that there's a spiritual awakening here, okay? I don't feel there's a spiritual awakening, right? So that's the tough part. There's an awareness, but that's not really the same as a spiritual awakening. A spiritual awakening is big, so I don't see a spiritual awakening here. An awareness of what's being missed out on, though, yeah, definitely. Deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. So pretty clear here, Cielo. See that? He's not showing you and never has shown you what he really feels. So there's like this need to protect himself. That's why he ran off like the Knight of Swords, right? That's interesting. Dragonfly says you're a karmic. His twin is pure. Get it straight. You are many of the women that is a karmic. Do you think he'll pay for your divorce? His twin knows the answers. Interesting. Don't know. Well, you're not married, so there's not a divorce to pay for, I don't think. But yeah. Yeah, it's dumb, Trenton. So why are you here? Yeah, that's true. I agree with that. Okay, so that's what we've got for you, Cielo. I hope this situation improves for you really quickly. Brigitte, you are next. Brigitte, are you ready to throw up your question for us? Oh no, I was just reading that comment, Cielo. Somebody else said that. No, Cielo, did you see the chat? Somebody else said that. I didn't say that. I was reading that comment. I don't know. I don't feel that way. I was just reading that comment out loud. You're next, Brigitte. You didn't see the comment, Cielo? I literally word for word was reading a comment. I wasn't saying that out of my mouth. How does Mo feel about me? Is there anything progressing between us? He's a Scorpio, mysterious, and I'm just confused a little. Okay. Yeah, Scorpios. Interesting. With the full moon in Scorpio, there was a lot of that releasing energy, so it was very interesting. You're welcome, Electric One. How does Mo feel about Brigitte? How is Mo feeling about Brigitte at this time? Those Scorpios, Alondra. Hey, Alondra. Wow. So, Brigitte, Mo likes you. Mo has a broken heart, but Mo likes you. So here's the thing. This is why you're confused. Mo's got a broken heart. See this 3 of Swords here? Mo is mending a broken heart, and it's causing Mo to give you some weird energy, because when people who are mending a broken heart fall in love again, sometimes they act kind of weird in showing it. Especially if they're in the middle of a broken heart or breaking up and falling in love at the same time, then it's a real mess. 2 of Cups, Temperance, and the 5 of Swords. So there's a lot of ego in here. Bruised ego, damaged ego, but the 2 of Cups, this is a soul connection. This is, you guys are connecting on a soul level, deeply connecting, and there's love here, and the universe definitely supports this connection for some reason. There's something here that needs to be worked out or to happen, because these 2 cards definitely tell that. But really big time, broken heart. There's maybe a third party here that's still in their energy. Maybe Mo's got somebody from the past that he hasn't released completely, because that 3 of Swords indicates they're still in the energy somewhere. And the 5 of Swords is like a failure for me in regard the way it relates to these other cards. It feels like it's a failure to completely walk away from something. So there's something still like latching on to his energy that's causing him to have trouble being all in, even if he really wants to be. And I feel like he really wants to be. No, like I feel, Brigitte, that he really wants to be all into this. There's something like tugging at his heart to really be all in here, but he's having a lot of trouble clearing this. His hand is reaching for yours. See that? This is him. This would be him. And see, that hand is reaching for yours. Like you can see his hand is extending just a little further than yours. He's reaching, but he's also holding back at the same time. It's a failure to walk away. He's trying to walk away from that past and that heartbreak. He's trying to walk away from it. He wants to walk away from it, but it's heaviness. And look, the good news is when you've got that Temperance card, I like that. That's Sagittarius energy. That angel, the universe is supporting this connection for whatever its purpose it's supposed to serve, right? It's supporting it, and it's supposed to serve a purpose, and it will. And so that's good. The balancing is taking place here, but he's got to release some stuff from his past in order for this to come into play, okay? Definitely has to release some stuff from his past in order for this to come into play. Let's see what the romance angels have to say for this, Brigitte. Christina G, you're next. How you doing, Christina G? I'm gonna I have to check the apps because I'm gonna close the list, but you're gonna have the next question, Christina. Christina, Layla, Rose, and Melissa so far. Love yourself first. And Brigitte, this goes for you, your twin journey, for you with Mo, anyone. This is your message, is love yourself first, and your self-respect is what makes you more romantically attractive. Keep that in mind in all situations. Apparently the universe really wants you to remember that right now. Love yourself first. Direct message for you, okay? Thank you, Brigitte. Yeah, Christina, get your question ready while I check the apps. I'll be right back. That's where we are, guys. I'm closing out the list. So, I'm calling the names of everybody who is on the list now to get guidance. We have Christina G, I'm about to do your question, then Layla, Rose, Melissa, Sierra, and Andriana. That's it. And again, I have a couple recorded readings that I'm doing. A couple of you said you had mentioned that you've been trying to get a hold of me if you're getting a follow-up, anything like that. I will be checking with my email on that. The scale intuition, if you message Nick, if it wasn't today, just in case, because I get a lot of emails sometimes and sometimes I miss them. I don't want to miss yours. Will you make sure, just take a second and shoot me an email tonight to the rayoflighttarot@yahoo.com so that you're in my inbox. Okay, shoot me one tonight so that it's there, and I'll get a hold of you for sure. But I think he forwarded that to me, because I think he did forward it to me. I think I know which one it is, and I saw it, but I didn't respond to it yet. I think I know which one it is, but I'd rather you just go ahead and pop another one into my inbox so that I can respond right away tonight. Okay, Christina, you just want guidance on you and your twin flame. Got it. And then Layla, if you can have your question ready, Layla, and then Rose, Melissa, Sierra, and Andriana. Thank you, guys. Guidance for Christina. What's going on with Christina and Chiquita? What's going on with Christina and Chiquita? Her twin flame. Show me what's going on and what the guidance is for her at this time on her journey. Okay. Six of Wands. Nice energy, Christina. You've been getting good cards, Christina, all like spring and like since like March. You've been getting really good cards. So I know you're on a really nice path. Look at this. Six of Wands, Judgment, and the Hierophant. Really nice. What's the overall guidance? The Fool and the Seven of Swords. Okay. So with these two as overall guidance, the Fool, you know, that's about just kind of having sort of a clear slate and really being willing to just like start new, taking a leap of faith, believing in a fresh start. And the Seven of Swords speaks to deception or getting away from walking, sort of tiptoeing away from something without revealing something or hiding something. So I think what this is saying together to me is it's really important as you move into this connection in the future to let go of the past. Whatever happened in the past has to be left there. There needs to be healing, sure, but if there's anything in the past that maybe left either one of you maybe hurt, scarred, other than maybe, you know, expressing things that need to be expressed, it's definitely important to be able to really take that leap with a fresh start, because that awakening coming in and that Hierophant card representing the depth of the connection, that soul level connection. And then this is saying that you've got victory. And this is, remember, the Six of Wands is like a victory, it's victory after battle. This is not just like an unscathed victory, like we just won. This is like we've been through hell and back, and now we're finding victory. So this did not come easy. But to get to this, you do have to sort of let go of those disappointments and hurts, those past scars. You're always going to have the scars, but let go of the pain, the resentment, anything attached to that, the feeling that you're going to be let down just because you have been before. You can't go back into a connection assuming that the person's going to let you down just because they've let you down before, right? You really have to be able to give it a clean slate and trust. And it's not fair to you or to that person to go into something bringing those past hurts with you, right? It's not fair to either one of you because it really sets it up for potential failure. And I know that's not what you want. So I would say it's really just, to me, with those two majors coming in, it's really important to be prepared and welcoming in of a new person, because someone who's having Judgment and then this Hierophant card, that's like the universe is saying, this is not the same person. Sure, in essence, they're the same person, but they're going to be, you can expect and be appreciative and grateful that this person's going to behave in a completely new way, awakened and aware of the depth of this connection in a way that maybe they weren't before. That's why they're going to feel so victorious, and you can really take a leap of faith into like a new start, because it's almost like being in a different connection than you were before, because everything feels new, everything feels different, everything feels lighter, but more important, but lighter at the same time. Not heavier, but more important. So it's a beautiful thing, and this looks really nice. I just feel like every time I read cards for you, Christina, it feels like you're right there, right on the cusp of it. So it's like you've got to really manifest right now, because it feels like in that 5D, energetically, you guys are right there. It just hasn't manifested into the 3D reality yet. And I can't wait to hear from you. Well, it happened. Like, I just feel like it's right there for you guys. What's the guidance for Christina from the Romance Angels? Release your ex. Make sure, and this is, I don't think this is talking about cheeky. I think this is talking about, like I was saying, where there's a need for like the past or past expectations or past disappointments to be released. That's kind of what this card is talking about, releasing your ex. The time has come to clear your energy, because this message is more than that. Instead of releasing your ex, and there may be an ex in your energy you need to release, but it's more about clearing the energy of the past, the disappointments, the expectations that didn't come out the right way, or that when you're expecting someone to disappoint you, you've got to release that and really clear that from your energy, because something's there. That wouldn't have come through in the reading and then just gotten reaffirmed in the Romance Angel card if there wasn't something there you want to look at to make sure that you've got a clear slate, okay, for the future to take place. And maybe that's why the universe is holding off on letting this happen. There's something from the past that you really need to release to allow this thing to have the best opportunity for it to be abundant and successful, right? You've got to release that energy and clear it so that things have the best opportunity for success, Christina. So make sure you're doing that, okay? Oh, you're welcome. You're most welcome. Are you going to be joining? You need to come back for our twin group. Good night, Jason. Bye, Priscilla. Nice to see you. Layla, you are next. What's your question, Layla? And then Rose, have yours ready. Rose, Melissa, Sierra, and Andriana, have yours ready, please. And I will call you guys in order. Layla, what's your question? You ready, Layla? I'm Gemini, he's Scorpio. Our love is mutual but complicated with age and who we are. Can we ever be more than an intense fling? We both have premonitions and get telepathy often. Our twin group meets on Sunday nights at 9 p.m. on Zoom. It's a group, we have a group meeting, and it's just, it's a really good vibe. It's just me teaching it by myself. It's really good. Thank you for being here. So let's see, Layla. You're welcome. Can Layla and you're the Gemini and he's Scorpio. Can Layla and her Scorpio be more than a fling, more than an intense fling? What's the future hold for them? What's the nature of the connection? What is in the near future for them? Thank you. Is that her or someone else? Okay. Okay, so I'm a little so this is a strong connection, definitely. You've got the High Priestess here, but you've also got the Queen of Wands. I feel like the Queen of Wands is someone else, and that's what's a little concerning to me. I feel like there's a third party in this energy, and I'm pretty good about picking up on that. You guys know I don't call that out too often sometimes if I get these kind of cards, it's the same person coming out just in different energies. This is not you. This is someone else. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. So that may be an issue if he's got I don't know if you're aware of it and like he's just in another connection that he's got to get out of, and this is not news to you, or if you kind of figured, but there's a strong third energy that is potentially stopping this from becoming more than it is. So I think you kind of already know that on some level because you're coming out as the High Priestess, so you may have already been a little bit aware of that, Layla. If you weren't, I'm sorry to be the bearer of that kind of news. You've got the Moon here, so there are a lot of feelings here that are just not being expressed, maybe because of the nature of the connection so far and what it's been. There is a potential for it to become a lot more because you have the Ace of Cups. And the aces are divine gifts. That's the universe. That's like source. God is reaching that hand out, or an angel reaching that hand out to offer you guys this cup. Okay, so that cup represents love and emotions and a new beginning in love. And so there's definitely a potential for this to become a new beginning in love. He's definitely not got anyone else, but there's family issues big time. Okay, so is it an ex? There's a strong energy here besides yours, for sure. that's not your energy, because this is your energy, the high priestess, and this is a feminine energy here that's strong. I don't know if it's his mother. There's some strong energy here, female energy besides yours, that's present in your connection and is causing some sort of interference. I can definitely say that with confidence. Okay, you know what it is. Okay. Now but like I said, the good news here is there's a willingness. There is a willingness to put the work into this connection, and he's definitely trying to figure this thing out too, just like you are. There's a willingness to put the work in and a curiosity about what this could hold. And really the best news, I think, is at the bottom of the deck, you've got the Sun card, which that's a major arcana. The Sun represents happiness, clarity, a childlike happiness. See that child on the horse? With the Sun and the Moon here, that's eclipse energy, and that can represent a twin soul connection potentially, especially with you coming out as the high priestess. So really, really interesting here. Also, just know that this other energy here, the Queen of Wands energy, this person, it's not necessarily that they're intentionally like a block in your connection or that they're intentionally here to cause problems, but this person is maybe, their energy is strong and they could be impacting this in some way that you guys just aren't even aware of. Really strong, really almost like a magical energy. But you've got such a strong inner knowing here and intuition that you're in your power as the divine feminine. So this is really good. With the Moon and the Sun, there's a potential. Doesn't have to be a woman. It's a feminine energy. Doesn't have to be a woman at all. Like I said, with the Moon and the Sun, it's almost like an eclipse energy, which is present in a lot of twin soul relationships, as is you coming out as the high priestess, because that's the divine feminine. So there's that energy here. But the best thing that I really like is that the Ace of Cups is here. So there's a potential for you guys to really, not only, it's not like a new beginning, it's you guys having an opportunity to really bring this into something where the love can bring you into a committed relationship. So it's not a fling. It's not an intense fling. This is love, right? This is love and happiness and an awareness that there's a lot of feelings here and a lot of happiness held in this connection. So there's a great deal of potential in this connection for sure. No doubt about it. So I see it definitely could go really far. And yeah, if that's the only hurdle, that's good news, right? I mean, there are usually a lot more hurdles than just something like that for people. So that's good news if that's really the only major hurdle. What is the romance angel advice for Layla in this situation? What's the romance angel advice for Layla? Playfulness, express your love, and retreat. These three came out. Express your love, go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Playfulness, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. And it's time to disconnect from the world. So you guys may need to just kind of keep it light and playful, but while also expressing that you have really strong feelings, but you're not trying to make it heavy. And maybe take some time away, getting away from the family situation, that dynamic that maybe he's in, or whatever that is that's you mentioned. Just the two of you, a retreat, or disconnecting from the world, right? That's the guidance that comes through from Spirit, from the romance angels. So most of all, though, use your intuition. With that high priestess, that's always confirmation that your intuition is strong and to use it. Oh, well, there you go. Obviously, you guys are supposed to do that, and it's going to be really good for your connection. So enjoy that time away. Good for you, Layla. I like it. Thank you, Layla. Rose, what is your question? Are you ready, Rose? You ready with your question, Miss Rose? And then next is Melissa A., and then Sierra and Andriana. You're welcome, Layla. Thank you so much. Good luck. He's consistent and fulfills my needs without me having to ask. Are Nico and I heading in the right direction? Let's see. Let's see what's going on with Rose and Nico. Rose and Nico. Are Rose and Nico headed in the right direction, guys? Show us. Are Rose and Nico headed in the right direction? Show me if Rose and Nico are headed in the right direction. Yeah, I think I'm getting that temperance card feeling, which is like things are being balanced out for you guys. Let's see. And if things are being balanced while you're together, that's a good thing, right? Let's see that. Ah. Oh, wow. Nice energy. Okay. This looks really good. So you've got the Sun, the Magician, the Ace of Wands, and then the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is Earth energy. This is Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. This is stable, right? Someone who's very stable and dependable, right? And very abundant, probably financially as well as anything else. With the Magician here, this would be somebody who is able to manifest really well. So, and it's also a representation of the embodiment of the divine masculine. So with these two cards, I like the energy of Nico. I like that his energy is very strong, very I feel like he's very deliberate and he knows what he's going after. The Ace of Wands also represents the universe offering you guys like an exciting beginning with passion, creativity, confidence. This is a feeling of like the universe saying, here's a chance for you guys to really go after something and manifest some really good things. And then you got the Sun card, Major Arcana. These two are both majors. So these two majors are really nice. The Magician is saying he's got all those tools, the cups, the swords, the pentacles, it's all there. The ability to manifest what he needs and wants, or what you both need and want, he can help you get it in the physical 3D world. And the Sun just represents happiness, utter happiness. So basically what you just described, that he fulfills you and you know, is reliable, that's what this is reflecting. And it's also saying that you have a new beginning here where you guys are going to really have a chance to bring in some, it's like a creative energy, an energy of not just creative, but creation, like creating something together that is lasting and beautiful, and you're going to feel very passionate about it. Now sometimes passion can burn out, but this feels more like it's a passion that, because it's creative and it's based on happiness and sort of manifesting your desires into the 3D, it's something that you're both going to be invested in and willing to invest in repeatedly in the future. It's going to bring a lot of stability in your life. And I think the King of Pentacles is sort of representing both of you in the connection, that there's going to be a lot of stability and balance coming in with this. So it feels really nice. Really nice energy. Really nice. Chandra, where you at though? Where is Chandra at? Let's see also what, yeah, the list is closed. I closed out the list. We got a few more people on here. Let's see here, Rose. What is the romance angel advice? What's the romance angel advice for Rose? Okay, so you've got finances and career and let go of control issues. So the thing about finances and career, I like that this is coming out for you. It says financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. I actually think this is going to be in a good way. Based on the cards you got, it did speak to me a lot about finances, but it's talking about tomorrow, guys. I'll be live tomorrow evening after I do my personals. And I'm also doing the drawing tomorrow, Friday night drawing. So this is, yeah, absolutely. So if you want to join the Twin Soul group, it's $77.77 to join. And we go, this group is going to go for the next couple of months, where we meet every Sunday at 9 p.m. on Zoom. And you have to put in when you make payment, you have to send in the notes your contact info, your phone number, because that's where you'll get added to our group and be getting the links. I think with this, Rose, it's also because I saw this Ace of Wands and that potential for, with the Magician, that potential for building and manifesting. This financial and career issues, it's good. I think it almost feels like you guys down the road might be building something together, like a business or something really nice. But also you've got let go of control issues. So with the let go of control issues, it says allow the situation to unfold naturally. So really try to just sort of trust in the connection, trust in the divine, trust in this all coming into your life for a reason, and that this person is reliable, that this connection is reliable, that the universe is reliable and has your back and wants you. This is a benevolent universe that wants you to achieve your heart's desires. No, so you can give super chats as a donation, but that's not the way to get a reading. For readings, and tonight I've already closed the list. So for tonight, we're not taking any more, but I appreciate it. Tomorrow night, I'll have the apps up again for you guys too, if you want to get on the list tomorrow night. So yeah, really nice, Rose. I think, yeah, just let go of control issues and trust that this thing that you've got going is leading to some really nice abundance, and he has the ability to manifest. So you two together are going to manifest some really nice stability and abundance into your life. So really, really nice energy. Okay, thank you, Rose. Melissa, what's your question? Melissa, you are next. Melissa A. You're welcome, Rose. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate the trust. Melissa A, there it is. The universe has been kicking mine too. Mine too, Melissa. You're not alone. Join the club. I think there is a lesson that I'm not understanding. Can you provide me guidance on what this lesson is so I can stop getting my butt whooped? I can certainly try. What is the lesson you guys are trying to give Melissa? What is the lesson Melissa needs to see so that she can flow with it? What does she need to know in order to flow with it? Show us what Melissa needs to know in order to flow with it. Sierra, you're going to be next, and then Andriana. Oh. 10 of Pentacles. All right. There's something about respect for traditions. I'm not sure what that is, Melissa, but it's coming through to me really loud. Like respect for traditions, respect for traditions, respect for traditions. I don't know. You've got the 10 of Pentacles and the Empress here. So this is all about obviously your abundance. And it's not with any other person. It's about you, because you've also got the High Priestess and the Hermit. And the Hermit is shining his light on the High Priestess. So there's something going on about you going within to really, really get in touch with your power, your gifts, your spiritual, psychic healing gifts, and then shining the light on those gifts, on that High Priestess energy, on that intuition, on that inner knowing. That's exactly what the Hermit does. He goes within, and then he takes that lamp and he shines light. Well, look where he's shining his light, right onto the High Priestess. She's cloaked in blue. That's truth, clarity. And the Empress is all about nurturing and abundance. She's the Earth Mother, and she's sometimes the Empress can represent a pregnancy, fertility. So there's, with the 10 of Pentacles, abundance, the Empress, fertility. I think whatever's been whooping your butt is actually definitely for the higher good and your higher good, and you probably manifested it yourself. I know that sounds crazy, but with these cards, I think whatever's going on in your life, you actually manifested it to happen yourself, because you knew your higher self did this so that it'll get you to the place that you're going faster. Sometimes the change has to be really painful to get us to where we need to go quicker, right? It feels like that to me. So what is it? It's something to do with your gifts and your life purpose, your calling, and it feels really strong, and it feels like it's about you learning to sit in your power. And it's got to do with like your divine feminine or your fertility, something about your womanhood here. And I'm not sure exactly what that means. And it's definitely about building and growing, because you've got the 2 to the 3 and the 9 to the 10. Look, you guys there? Guys? So look at this. Can you hear me? Sorry, guys. Can you hear me now? Anyway, what I was saying here, Melissa, is look at this. You've got the 2 to the 3 and the 9 to the 10. 9 to 10 and 2 to 3. So there's a lot of growth, ascension here, and movement. And it's all about your psychic gifts, your spiritual gifts, and going within in order to move into those gifts. So all I can tell you is now is the time to really stay in communication with your spirit guides and your angels. Stay in communication. Make note of your dreams, because a lot's going to come to you when you go within. So really be aware of what's trying to be spoken to you. And it's really about your light and preserving your light, growing your light, and shining it out. There's something to do with your life purpose here that you've got to really, really receive the message. That Empress energy is so strong too. So let's see what the romance angels can add to this. Hello, Xtina. Okay, good. Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. It's really important. Like I said, I think that it's really important for you right now to just step into that energy of abundance and radiate, vibrate that out, because you know whatever you're vibrating out is going to go out there, multiply, and come back to you. So even when you're getting your butt whipped by the universe, or that's what it feels like, stay in that abundant energy. Don't be like a rock that can't be shaken. And that's how you're going to get that abundance back. So that's the best I've got for you right now, but it looks really good. It's an ascend, both numbers, 2 to 3 and 9 to 10. So you're progressing spiritually for sure. And it seems really good. Hey, Ice Empress readings. Thank you, Melissa, so much. Sierra, what's your question, Sierra? You are most welcome. Sierra Rose, what's your question? Who is coming towards me? Will the connection be a stable one? Okay, let's see. Sierra wants to know who's coming towards her and will it be a stable connection? Who's coming towards Sierra right now? Who and what is coming to her right now? Yes, Ice Empress, I actually closed the list for tonight because I'm kind of tired. But I'll be back on tomorrow evening to do the Friday night readings and to do our drawing. So that'll be late tomorrow night, probably around this time or a little before. You've got a Knight of Wands coming towards you, Sierra. That's fire. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And your guidance is to be the Queen of Swords in this. So what you need to know is, and this might not be lasting right off the bat because Knight of Wands energy can be kind of player energy, but it looks like this person's going to, either this person's going to grow or it's going to lead you to something better. You have a Tower here, the Page of Cups, and then the King of Cups. I think it's the same person too. So don't judge the book by its cover and don't assume right off the bat that this person cannot grow. Sometimes somebody comes in with player-like energy or they seem to be in that energy, but that's not really who they are. They're just protecting their heart or trying to. That's the way they know to do it. So just be aware that this might come in a certain package that's not actually who this person really is. And you're going to bring down their defenses. That's what the Tower feels like, is you helping this person to grow into their true self. Okay? They're going to come in this way, and then they're going to become this. They're going to start out small after this Tower comes down. And the way the Tower comes down is they're going to feel your abundance, and you've got to be really strong and not willing. See, the Queen of Swords she's got one hand welcoming someone in and the other hand with the sword to cut out what doesn't serve her. She doesn't put up with this if this doesn't come in with the right energy. And they're going to see you as so abundant and be so magnetically drawn to you that I feel like they're going to be like, oh, I can't lose out on this. I can't lose out. Right. So you're no BS. And that brings their Tower down, which is really bringing their defenses down and allowing them to grow into this emotional energy, this emotional honesty that maybe they haven't been in a relationship in a long time, maybe since they were young and innocent. They've kind of lost their willingness or trust to be like this, but they're going to get that back because you're going to be no BS, but you're also going to be kind about it. You're going to say, if you're going to know intuitively how to sort of guide this person back into their true self. So there's something really beautiful about this person coming in, because even though I saw this card at first, I didn't feel that energy of a player. It felt like someone who's really been through a lot, maybe strong Cancer in their chart. I know that's water energy, but this is water. So that's Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I feel like they've got strong Cancer in their chart, and Cancer, when they get hurt, they're very loving to a fault, but they get hurt, and then they close off to that loving energy really early on in their life. And it's hard for them to ever get it back. But I feel like this is someone who can get it back if you lead them, okay? So, yeah, no, I definitely feel Cancer energy in this person, and I'm pretty good about feeling out the energies. I think that this person's coming in a player energy because they've gotten out of the habit of loving or out of the trust in love. And so you've got to bring that Tower down. That resistance has to come down, and it's up to you to do it. And you can do it, and you will. I feel strongly that you will. So look for someone who's got strong Cancer in their chart, but they don't show that to you. They don't show that to you at first. What's the message for Sierra from the Romance Angels? Attraction and soulmate. You attract romantic love by enjoying the moment fully. Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate, and true love, this is the romance of a lifetime. Wow. Not bad. Need I say more? I guess not. That's pretty amazing. Thank you, Sierra. Good luck with this one. I can't wait to do your reading because this is going to be interesting. Andriana, you're next, and I'll get in touch with you, Sierra. Yeah, wow is right. We got to get that reading done for you and find out what's going on. Andriana, are you ready? Andriana. What's your question, Andriana? Is Andriana here? Andreanna, or whoever donated under that name, are you here? Are you here? You're the last one on the list. So if you're not here, I'm going to just close it out. And I will either send you back your donation or let you ask your question tomorrow. I'm going to give you a couple minutes. Is Andriana here? Let's do a card for everybody that's still here to close out the night and see what we've got coming tomorrow for our group. Okay, what's your question, Andriana? And then we'll do the card. That's okay. What's your question? Right. What's your question? What is your question? Divorce dragging on. Ram chop. I made it finally to a male energy. Cool, Elaine. I'm not doing any more questions tonight, Elaine, but I will be back on tomorrow night if you're around, and I'll open the list up when I come on tomorrow night. But I've been on an hour and a half, and I had to shut it. I had to shut the list down. Sorry. Hub wants reconciliation. So what's your question, Andriana? My neck is stiff, you guys. Okay, Andriana wants to know, will the divorce be completed this year? What's coming for Andriana this year? Will it be completed, or what does she have to look forward to this year? Uh-oh. Yeah, so what you've got coming, yeah, definitely. Look at this. Death is at the bottom of the deck. That's the divorce or the ending of the marriage. Even though it feels like it's already over for you, you know, that's the official ending, I suppose. That's also the card of Scorpio. And the energy of Scorpio is death and rebirth, right? And you've got the Fool here. The Fool is that new beginning coming in your life. And you also have some love coming in because you've got the Six of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the King of Cups. That is strong water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and there's strong Scorpio here with that Death card moving towards you to make some kind of a love offer. This may even be your ex trying to come back in, but it doesn't feel that way. Just be aware that the energy for the ex is they are going to continue to try to come back in. But this feels like a new energy coming in, something you'll be interested in moving into a new future with. And sort of, I don't know if this is someone you've already met. It feels like it may be somebody you've already met that you've had some interest in, but you're going to kind of feel like taking a leap of faith into that. And that's a good energy anytime. But this is sort of your energy in life after this thing ends. And it feels like it's ending really soon. Not only this year, but soon, like in the next couple of months soon. Probably by the end of summer, I think. Well, although this could be winter. See, like I said, with tarot, it's so hard to do times. It's more about energy, but this feels like winter, right? Icy waters. But yeah, really good energy for a new beginning in your life and love coming in too. Not just the ending of the marriage, but a new beginning and love coming in with possibly Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. The actual sign, though, is not so important as much as the energy that the element represents, which is love. The cups are emotions or love. So that looks really nice for you. So the answer to your question, I would say, is yeah, absolutely. Sooner rather than later, in fact. Oh, good for you. Congratulations. Yeah, you've got some really new beginning energy. And that also may be representing you finishing your PhD, that energy of this Knight of Cups coming in and then this King of Cups, that ascending energy from a knight to a king. That could be your energy with the completion of things like that too. I think it's both love and that. What's the romance angel advice for Andriana? Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So I think you're really, and that's what brings all of the good things that are going to be coming into your life in. is as you come out of this past marriage and all of the things that you want to put an end to, really loving yourself and caring for yourself and showing respect for yourself. That's what not only attracts people to you, but it attracts the right people, the right partner to you. That self-respect, right? And that's so important. So that's really good energy. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. You've got a really good, I think this year is going to wrap up for you really nicely, the second half of this year. Guys, can you believe we're halfway through the year? We are halfway through 2019 already. It's crazy how fast it's gone. So thank you so much for allowing me to do this for you, Andriana. Guys, there's like 30 of us in here. You're welcome. Good luck with that situation and with getting your PhD. I'm gonna see what card we have for our little collective group here tonight, sending us out for the night. What's the message for the group tonight as we go? What is the message for us? Okay, the Sage. This is a lot like the Hermit. You can see the Sage has the owl on his shoulder, and he's got his little lantern, his light, and he's also got this wolf, his loyal companion. The Sage is wise. The Sage is sort of a leader, but he's also a loner. So this is someone who sort of makes their own path. So the guidance here for us guys is to not be afraid to be alone. It's okay to be alone, and sometimes when you're alone, that's when you have the most creative energy. That's when you have you find the most strength, when you get in touch with your intuition the most, when you make the most interesting friends and companions in your life that aren't of a romantic nature. And the Sage is someone who is very much aware of his purpose, and the purpose of his role in the lives of the people around him that he may not be connected to in the most intimate ways or romantic ways, but in very important ways. And so this is really a call to recognize your role in the lives of those around you, and also your life purpose and what your ability is that's sort of unique and different from everyone else's, and to sort of shine your own unique light that may not be like anyone else's, but that can really give people hope and guidance on their path. Okay, so that's the message for tonight for all of us, the Sage, and that's card number 7. 7 is a special number, right? 7 in a lot of ways represents completion and miracles. Okay, so beautiful number. All right, guys, thank you for being here. I hope to see you guys tomorrow night. And for those of you, like I said, for those of you who are waiting on a personal reading, I have a couple people waiting that I'm working on those. They'll be done by tomorrow evening. The recorded readings that you're waiting on, I have a couple people. And anyone else who messaged me about trying to get in touch with something else, I'll be checking my email and getting in touch with you guys either later tonight or probably in